Yo, but you either talk little SEO or big SEO. You already know which one I do. Ha! Come on! What are they really talking about at the end of the day, man? It's beyond me. Now what we gotta get? Money, money. And what it's all about? Money, money. And what we living for? Money, money. And what we dying for? Money, money. Come on, let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it. Yeah, here comes a kid with the black hat. Hold all your bets, here's where the white hat rests. Fucking methods, I'ma step out on my own. About time I retaliate, get away from my throne. Keep the metadata, I'm organic, homegrown. You looking for the goodies, oops, wrong song. I've been holding back on these attacks for so long that I'ma use your IP and probably meet you at your home. Now, let's check the ARFs account and see who really bout it and who just chasing clout. I'm really not the one to do the capping and the faking. If I told you it's a plan, we got a goal, then I'ma make it, yeah. But see, here's what's funny to me. You just an oversized trash can for money to me. You got a pitch so weak, only dummies believe it. Don't gotta prove I'm the truth, you got eyes and see it. Go! Money, money. And what it's all about? Money, money. And what we living for? Money, money. And what we dying for? Money, money. Come on, let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. I'm the reason that you wanna hold a conference. Shame on my name for some gain, that's nonsense. All you hear is tick, tick, tick. I'm the bombers, blasted targets, and I'm not with the drama. The bad's gonna take over. Now put that in a diorama, comma, pause cause I wanna. I don't follow rules when the rules try to stop me. So I put that SEO on go, the top speed. And I bet your clients mad you and not me. Anytime you gotta show results, you in the hot seat. Oh no, why, how is it this happened? That's the main question your customers all be asking. You the type to take a test and try to pass it. I'm the type to think the professor get all the answers. You probably better off if you become a dancer. Now move out my way, cause I ain't giving no more chances. Money, money. And what it's all about? Money, money. And what we living for? Money, money. And what we dying for? Money, money. Come on, let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it go. Let's get it. The bad's gonna take over.
Eastern Side Beats.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? We're back from vacation. We've been gone for a few weeks now. Tonight, we're going to have Michael Merlino and Brock Misner in here with us. Let me see if Michael's already in here. I'm pretty sure, but let me get you in here, Michael. Hey, brother. I mean,
can you hear me?
Not much. Just get you. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brock, I'll be coming in here in a second. The video was messed up because my son's been doing vlogging, so now he's on my computer. Let's see here. Yep, Brock will be coming in here in a second. Nope, let me give him a new link. It's this link above. How you been doing, man? Can't hear you, Michael. No sound on you.
All right, how about now? Good?
There you go. Now I hear you.
Been doing good. Been going to the doctors a lot, getting all that type of stuff in order.
Yep.
Just getting stuff in order, getting ready to scale up the team and shit like that. Having fun with these reviews, driving directions and stuff. You know me, bro. I love that type of shit. We've been having fun, and I had access to this shit a while ago, so I've been playing with it for a minute. You know what I mean? Could do some pretty interesting
Let me see
stuff.
here real quick.
Yo, what's up, gentlemen?
What's up, Brock?
What you doing today? Fucking hump day.
What's up, guys?
Mike, my boy, today. CTRP, shout out. William Jones, what's up, Playboy? How's the weather in the Philippines?
Yeah.
Will,
Man,
could
I'm
you hear
excited.
him?
It's good, hot as always, just like Florida.
Yeah. I'd have that than winter. So, man, I've lived up north where I've
You're
dealt
choppy. You're choppy a little bit, Michael, but yeah. When we were in West Virginia, it was cool. It's not too hot and it's not too cold, so it's good. Let's see here. Got
do
some
like
questions coming in. Radu says, "Hi guys, nice to see you." Oh,
Radu, what's good?
and Big
That's my
Mike.
guy right there.
That's right,
Graham was popping.
Yeah, Graham says sound. Yeah, Graham says the it sounds good on your internet. Great things. Awesome. So, guys, get your questions in regarding local SEO, anything that maybe Michael's doing, and especially Brock. Brock, I really wanted to hear what you've been doing because I was going through I don't go on my Facebook too much, and I got on my Facebook and I seen Mike there standing with you at SEO at the beach. I was like, and then I've been hearing rumors about this course. And I was like, Michael, tell me about this course. And that's when I talked to Michael, and then I reached out to you. So because I've been hearing good things from you, I've been hearing good things from Brent Bowser, and then some other people. So I'd like to, if you could, maybe go over some of it and just talk about what you're doing, the little bit that you can. And I know I'm going to be having you come on into GMB Pros on Friday too, but really wanted to cover some of it tonight here.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's really an entirely new concept, really, in local SEO that I haven't heard of anyone speak about or talk about. And, that's pretty much all the feedback I've gotten as well, that nobody's really focused on these core principles. And the way, instead of like building links and content and your normal SEO stuff, we hit it on two levels. So our first thing that we target is we want to control the data that Google records about your brand. So think CTR. Why does CTR work? Well, it works because Google sees all these people search a certain search query, and let's say your website's number 8, and they scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and they click on your website. Google's recording that behavior, and then Google says, "Hey, all these people are going to this website at number 8. We probably need to rank it up higher," right? That's basically CTR in a nutshell. So what that really is data manipulation, right? Google's obsessed with providing the best search results, but really the best user experience, right? And what we have found, with our testing on the GMB side, inside of Maps specifically, that Google is obsessed with that user experience. So say if you're a plumber, they want to give you the best plumber in that area for whatever particular service, whether that plumber has a great website or whether that plumber doesn't, right? So we want to control the data that Google records about that brand, and we do it in a very targeted way that actually helps our SEO efforts, right? So, and then our second point is user engagement. So how users engage with your brand can actually move the needle, and move the needle extremely fast if you do it correctly. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then, obviously we go into some other things called like recordable events. So how you're actually engaging with the brand, right? And then we want to control the event itself. So let's just say like you're leaving a review or a Q&A or whatever type of engagement, you're obviously hitting your target keywords and or locations there. So that's really the name of the game, is build relevancy per keyword, per your location. You'll win every single time, right? And that's pretty much Maps SEO in a nutshell.
Yep.
So what we have found that this really, it's what's surprisingly is how fast the results come. So I've got a couple case studies if you want me to share them, but absolutely amazing. And
yeah, if you could, I mean, that was what really impressed me, is because you're not talking about weeks or even months. We're talking about like, a week or less. And
right.
You're controlling. What's crazy is what I saw in the one presentation you did, where's like you knew that you uploaded the photo from this location, and that green, it went from red to fucking green from that location.
Exactly.
Not somewhere else, but from where you actually uploaded or where you were putting your data and manipulating it from. That was really mind-boggling. So if you could actually share some of that, I'd love,
And Brock,
go ahead and do that, bro.
Please go ahead and show that. I just want to say, right, there's like with shooting, right, and marketing, I've heard this before, like shotgun approach, right, and then you got sniping, right?
Yeah.
We snipers, boy. You understand what I'm saying? Like we find the proximity we have in the issue in, or where the money is. Where's the bag, right? Snipe. That's what we boosting ranks for, right? So while you shotgun approach and trying to boost where the GMB is located, go ahead. We doing some sniper stuff, advanced. So
you can actually,
no,
it's a great point.
Metaphorically, that's how I see it.
You can actually control your proximity walls and where you want to actually rank at with these tactics, which is really mind-blowing.
Yeah, that was mind-boggling, because you have some people that will be like, I don't want to go out 15 miles or in this specific area. And with this, you can actually control, I only want it in this actual area. I don't want it to go out a mile extra, 2 miles extra. I only want it on this area only.
Right.
I mean, I only want calls coming from this area, because some people don't want to service, 20, 30 miles out, whatever. So
exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, man. You can share away, brother.
All right, here. Let me go ahead. I'm going to show. This is actually the first result we. Can you guys see my screen?
No.
No. Okay.
Now I can.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this was our actual first real world environment.
There you go.
Okay. So this was our actual first real world environment that we utilize these tactics in outside of a test environment. And I want to explain two things on this. Number one, there was no keyword in the business name whatsoever. There wasn't a keyword that was related to a keyword, nothing. It was completely generic. So, and then number two, we did not have a website hooked up to this Google My Business listing. This was about 2 months old when we went ahead and we started utilizing these tactics. And it's not that, I'm trying to show off or anything like that, right? It's that I want to be able to control the variables so I can know for sure if, hey, these positive user signals that we're sending is actually what's moving the needle, right? So that's really why I like to take this case study. And this is actually in Las Vegas. So this is not a small city. And I can firsthand tell you that the industry that this is in is extremely competitive, right? And we were in Summerlin, Las Vegas, which is right where all the money is at, especially for this particular niche, right? And as you can see here, we started the test on September 30th. It was about, once again, I said it was about 2 months old, or about 45 days old. And then from September 30th to October 29th, so right at about a month, we went from literally not even ranking in our parking lot, right, to top 5, top 6 across our tested environment. And then right here, we stopped, because if you've ever sent CTR traffic or user signals, a lot of times, as soon as you stop doing it, especially with CTR, a lot of times I see this, if a brand presence isn't necessarily very strong, as soon as you stop sending that traffic, your results are going to go back down, right? And that was something that I was concerned with these tactics. So as you can see, we stopped to see if this would stick. So from October 29th to November 5th, we stopped. And as you can see, we pretty much stayed the same. There wasn't any decrease in rankings. Matter of fact, I think there might be 1 or 2 more dots in this actual test here, right? So say about a week, we stopped. And then we resumed again on November 5th. And we retested again on the 10th. So 5 days later, you can see we're starting to get more green dots popping in, right? From November 10th to November 12th, 2 days. Once again, we've got more green dots coming in. From November 12th to the 16th, 4 days. Once again, more green dots. That's what we want to see. From November 16th to the 19th, 3 days. Look at these dots really starting to explode now, right? And this is only in 3 days' time. And then from November 19th to the 23rd. So 4 days. We're really like taking over the area now at this point, right? November 23rd to the 26th, another 3 days. Once again, we're still moving in the right direction. From the 26th to December 3rd, we're still heading pretty strong there. And then December 3rd to December 7th, we've pretty much dominated our entire market almost. And then from the 7th to the 10th is where we actually stopped the test, and we branded it to the client's company, and we hooked up the website. So at this point, we stopped. But one thing I do want to point out, Michael, as you were talking about, the sniper approach, right? Well, this yellow patch right here is on purpose. The client did not want to rank down here in Spring Valley. He wanted to rank here in Summerlin and push his way north. And matter of fact, today we're ranking all the way up into North Las Vegas. Very, very comfortable, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So not.
Let me just say one quick thing. Guys, those are 15 by 15 grids, 2.5 miles wide, right? So like that's a big ass area in a competitive area, right? Geographic area. But let's negate all of that shit. Let me explain something to the newbie or the people that overlook shit, trying to get too much out of SEO. One of those green circles makes the phone ring. One of them, right? Not saying you just want one, but hear me out as a business owner and someone getting into lead gen now. One green dot makes the phone ring. When you got multiple and in the right area, that's when it's domination, bro. Like, you don't really have to have a all number one everywhere, right? Like that's complete domination. And also when you see that, you got to really question what's the keyword and what's the comp, right? Competition. Because I could show you some scans where it's just greens, yellow, maybe a little bit, not really red, but green and yellow, and that shit's producing calls. So I just wanted to point that out because that's a big area he's showing with a lot of green dots. That's that green grid goblin shit right there.
With that specific tool, are you using Local Falcon, Local Viking, or Lead Snap to show it?
That's actually Local Falcon. They're supposed to be
Local Falcon. Yeah, I had a couple of people asking. So
yeah, so I like that because of the competitor analysis reports, and those are great deliverables to give to clients. I wish they would do more like mobile testing. I believe those are desktop cookies that they use, which that's what primarily all of them use. It's one thing I liked about Persuaded, but they're no longer in business. So yes, they have an amazing competitor analysis reports, and they're great to show clients, and they love to see them on top and outranking everybody. And they do all these calculations like share of voice and how much market share you're actually capturing in that geographical areas. That's kind of why I like Local Falcon at this moment. I hear there's some really good tools coming out that I'm definitely going to choose.
Yeah, I use Local Falcon right now. I used to use Local Viking, and then I also use Lead Snap, especially if you're in rank and rank. Lead Snap is really good for prospecting and different things. So a couple of questions coming in for you, Brock. Radu says, you've seen Brock's course. You've mentioned review data manipulation. Could you go over that a little bit with CTR, review strings, and, without giving away everything, just go over a little bit of pieces,
So I'm gonna answer that. Brock can answer shortly, but Radu, don't start trying to pick too much, bro. You got to get in the course for all that. I already see where you're going with this, my guy, and it's in there. Yeah,
all right, Brock. We got to be fair. Yeah, we definitely got to be. We got to be fair to people that have purchased the course, right? So, but basically, in a nutshell, how you can do a lot of things with how you actually structure your review, and there's a lot of levers and dials that you can pull and turn. That are extremely, extremely effective. So a lot more than just, I'm going to put my keyword in there. It goes way, way beyond that with what you can do. Absolutely. I've got a couple more results if you guys want to take a look at. I've got some beta tests. And then, because I can show you my results all day,
the ones I had seen, you had actually went over some of your students too, so I definitely want to see that as well. And I know some of these people would want to.
Right. Can you guys see my screen?
Not yet. Give me 1 second. I'll be up. There you go.
Okay, great. So this was I opened this up to 10 beta members in the very, very beginning before I even had a video out. Chad was one of the first people to get in on it. Extremely smart guy. Definitely respect his opinion. But he wanted to share his results that he had gotten. So keep in mind, when these results were sent to me, they'd only been in the group for just a couple of weeks, right? So just keep that in mind. But this is his text keyword. Just to hit on what Michael was saying earlier, a lot of people don't want to share the keyword, and that really matters a lot, especially when people love to show these grids. These number one grids that are all the way, that look real pretty, but they don't want to show the keywords, right? So we're going to show the keywords here: appliance repair. That's an actual service keyword, and as you can see, he's not even ranking. Google doesn't even associate that listing with that keyword right now at this moment, right? And then here in 2 weeks' time for appliance repair, he's already busting out and moved this process.
That's bananas.
That's nuts. Yeah, in 2 weeks.
That's bananas.
In 2 weeks, not 2 months, 2 weeks, And then here's the second one. This is for electrician. Very competitive keyword, especially where he's at. I can guarantee you this is very competitive. And then this is actually just 1 week test result that he had. Once again, he's not even showing up in the maps. Google doesn't even associate that listing with the keyword yet. He's not even on page 20, And then here we go. 1 week later, as you can see, January 30th, he is busted in. And I guarantee you he's probably today, these were taken, almost a month ago. I would be probably surprised at where he's actually at now, Next student here, this is a broad keyword. This is literally just for the service. He requested that I protect his privacy. He's a real close friend of mine.
This is a huge area of Miami. Miami can't, very, very competitive.
And I can tell you, in his market, Miami is the most competitive area in the nation for his particular this business. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt. So this is literally just a service keyword, very broad. I believe it's 1 or 2 keywords, but very, very broad. And as you can see, it's just taken on 2/6. So, and this is on 2/12, 6 days later, right? He's starting to see some movement. And then this is on 2/18. So a total of 12 days for that broad keyword. He's really starting to explode. This is literally 12 days, right? And once you split this map, you're going to be able to go north and south extremely, extremely easy. And then this one right here is a service plus city keyword. Like Michael had said, this is Miami. So there's definitely going to be an absolute ton of keyword volume for his service plus Miami, right? And this was taken on 2/6. And then here, 10 days later, 2/16, he's busted into the 3-pack across the entire board.
Damn.
So extremely, extremely impressive. Very, very proud of his results and what he was able to accomplish there.
That is beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I know down in Miami because I've done one in Miami
check this
before.
out.
That shit is beautiful. That shit is beautiful. So Miami, Vegas, New York City, any of those, Atlanta, shit.
Oh yeah,
respect.
Guys,
I
just want to say one thing.
Las Vegas is one of the hardest cities I've ever, one of the hardest cities, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Miami as well. Go ahead, Michael. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
Oh, it's all right. So I just wanted to say one thing. So obviously one of the person's name was there and the other ones are kept out for privacy, but I want to let y'all know, I know all of those people and I know the results, right? And they smashing it. Plus I have had the course. Y'all know me, I don't really show much of my results and I didn't get it to Brock in time. But I'm telling you that this stuff works. And you just can't overthink it. That's what I've noticed a lot in the group. A lot of questions. People, oh, but what about this? Oh, but what about that? Oh, but what about? It's working, right? Like you want to overthink it while we killing it. Go ahead, but it's either get in the game or watch from the sideline. Like which person are you, right? Like I like to be in the game, coaching, like on the court, coaching, rebounding, whatever you need me to do, but in the game, not on the sideline watching other people win.
What's exciting too, just to add to that, Mike, is we're literally the first of the first people to do this at all. It's almost like doing CTR 5 years ago or something crazy. Like we're literally the pioneer. So Now is the fire, strike while the fire's hot. Definitely time to jump in now. If you're in to do anything in local, I think you're going to be extremely impressed with what you can do. And
Yeah.
don't overthink it. Like Michael said, I literally spoon feed it for you. I give you all the tools that you should have in your tool belt. We're constantly updating. I've got some more videos to drop this week. But yeah, it's extremely simple. We keep it to the point. That's one thing I've gotten a lot of feedback from the group members is they love it. There's just no fluff. It's directly to the point. And you get a video, you watch it, you know exactly what to do, A, B, C, and you do it and you implement it and you win,
And then let's see real quick. You had went over a couple more things in there. I mean, talk about a little bit about, you were talking about buckets and kind of like how the process works. I mean, is this something that you think you could do for, I mean, I understand what Michael's saying. Don't just sit there and ask questions, actually do it. That's one thing you definitely want to do. But is this something that you could see if you got 10 clients, you can do it. If you got 20 clients, you can do it. It's not something that's going to hold you back. It's not something that's going to be like a lot of work for each and every client.
Right. Yeah. So no, that's an actual great point. So we tried to structure things in a way in the course that keep things to a minimal. I've been testing this stuff for like the past 6 months, so I know what's kind of working and what doesn't. And you really want to be kind of, obviously mindful of your time for that specific reason.
Yeah.
Having said that, you're not going to it depends on how many listings obviously you're managing. And the negative aspect is, the great aspect is that we're the very first people to do these tactics and win, right? But kind of the bad side of being the very first people and use these tactics is there's really not a ton of automation or software that's there to solve a problem, basically because no one really knew there was a need in the market yet to create one, right? Now, luckily, we're in talks with Leo, an extremely smart developer, and he's got some prototypes that are going to make life a lot easier. But having said that, if you're doing things like you're generating your reviews, right, as far as more additional time, no, it might add an extra minute or so to like dropping a review or something, right? It's not going to be a ton of just time. And in the course, we have a workflow book and some SOP that kind of get you started on to get it with the VA, right? And that's kind of the value as well with the Facebook group, because we are kind of pioneers in this. Where we're bouncing ideas off each other's heads and figuring best ways to scale and train VAs and get processes and procedures in place.
And to answer that question also, right? I got my team. There's only like two VAs that work on that, not full time, and they're doing it on like 20 GMBs easy.
Awesome. That's what I wanted to hear, Mike.
That's
what I wanted to hear.
To try to answer your question, right? So if you got a farm or if you got a team of VAs, I assume your VA to client ratio is correct, right? That's on you as an agency owner. But this is just another SOP to give them once you go through the course, you get the training because it's multiple things, not just one, right? And then if you have clients, it's just something else for your VA to get on, right? Is this something worth maybe getting another VA just to have them bang this out? If you have enough clients, absolutely yes. Absolutely. That's why I just finished saying I'm in the middle of scale. I'm in the middle. I'm scaling my team up. I'm in the interviewing process right now.
Nice. That's what you wanted to talk about, huh? So me and you are going to be talking about that some too. I remember we talked about that, so scaling and stuff. Because one of the things I talked to Brock about was, is this something that I could take the course and then put it in an SOP? Because I have plenty of VAs to do it. I mean, we have a whole GMB team, and I've actually already talked to them about it. Said, listen, we're going to be getting you on this stuff, so some training and stuff like we do with everybody else. So that way we can implement for our clients and stuff. I mean, as soon as I saw you with Michael and everything, and I seen you down there at SEO Beach, I was like, yeah, I need to hear about this. So, and then I was in the Matt V class as well. So,
Okay, great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
any of y'all that seen Brock before, right? Or on Brock's Patreon, y'all know how he teaches. It's over the shoulder. He does the shit like Will, right? While like over the shoulder shit, right? It's not.
he's one of the only few people besides, I mean, there's only like a handful of us that do over the shoulder. You know,
That's
he's
what I'm
one of
saying.
the
It's
other,
like
you know,
the SOP is just watching him, right? And then if you that is the SOP. If you want to make it fancier and do it in your own voice or whatever, you can. But
Right.
for the most part,
you could either do that, give it to your VA to actually do it, or take it and put in your own SOP, which is generally speaking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a written SOP and a video SOP, give them one GMB, let them do it, see the results, and then train them specifically on it. And then they can go to town on the rest of all the GMBs. So, but it'd be perfect for a virtual assistant to do it. Once you get them trained on it, you know, it shouldn't take too long. I mean, we have our own GMB team, so we're going to have them all on it, you know, so we're always looking to expand and learn, you know, it's constant learning. So,
and for people out there listening, right, you buy the course, you got to learn this shit first, then give it to your team, right? Like, let's make that clear, because us talking is a little bit different, but we all get that, right? Like, conceptually, nothing gets passed on until you've done it, understand it, seen the results, and okay, right? And then I would suggest don't reinvent the wheel, right?
No.
But you have your own processes, right? So it has to fit in somewhere within your process. So that's when you get to put your your touch on it, or you understand what I'm saying? Especially with Brock stuff, a lot of this stuff is so new that it's like, okay, like here's some new shit I found. Now it's up to the ones like us, Radu, the people that have those brains, Will, be like, oh, I'm gonna take this and do that, or how about I use that and and mix it in with this, and that's when shit really gets fun and interesting. And then that's what I like, that he made a group, right? Because we kicking it, bouncing stuff. Yo, try this, blah, blah, blah. That's what that community, right? Extra helps because it's something new. Oh, I found it. So it's
it's something where you can ask questions. You can ask things maybe that other people haven't thought about. I mean, that's the biggest thing is having something that you can actually bounce off of other people. Like, there's not a whole lot of people you can bounce stuff off of out there thinking about how to rank a local GMB. And if you have people you can ask that, then, it helps you out. And you're all out there just trying to help each other. It's not about me. It's we're helping each other. And
it's almost, it's like a mastermind almost, because we are doing case studies. I've dropped a couple myself, like, hey, we're trying this to see if it works, or, hey, I tried this and it doesn't work, but feel free to try it this way. Right. And then the monthly lives, I might start doing them like every bi-weekly or weekly, just depending on, because this is new and we do have a lot of members. I think it's just going to be a lot of I think the group alone is just going to provide a ton of value. I know it has for me already. So I'm sure other people are going to get a ton of value out of it as well.
I mean, that's one of the reasons, like, even with us and, with the groups that we've started, is I like when people come in there and they don't just say, come in there and go, Brock, have you done this? Or William, have you done this? Y'all talk to everybody else. There's more than just Brock or William or Michael. Talk to other business owners and agency owners that are in there. Because there's a lot of experience in that group. When you have
a lot of experience in the group.
Yeah. When you have 100-something members and stuff,
Me and you haven't even kicked it like that because you just got back about the event and stuff. But Brock could attest to this, I'm sure. Like, bro, because there was people from your group there, right? Couple, and you don't know who you talking to on Facebook. I'm gonna just leave it like that, right? Even on Zoom, like when you meet someone in person, you start, it's a little different, right? You know what I'm saying? Not saying relationships are not built on Facebook, but it's real different when you're in a room with someone or kicking it with them. And my point is this: in the groups, there's a lot of powerful members, and
you don't
ones
realize
that don't talk are probably the silent assassins. But if you ask, they might drop that answer. They might even DM you because they don't even want everybody to DM them, but give you the help. Right.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned that this is not just SEO wise. if you ask the universe humbly for help, you will get the answer. Humbly though, right? So it's just how you go about shit.
There you go. Radu says, cheers. Thanks for the mention, Mike. We got to have a chat soon. I have some tests ongoing for that automation sheet. Will buy Brock's course. Already been bought Brock's course. What nuggets he's sharing there. And yeah, on top of it, me and Brock have been talking. We're going to wind up inside of GMB Pros. I'm going to be bringing him in probably maybe try once a week and see how it goes just to talk local SEO. He's not going to be teaching the course in there. If you want his course, you go buy his course. And I would encourage you to do so. I've done it, and I'm going to be giving it to my VAs learning it. And then also, of course, me learning it, teaching it to them, because we teach our VAs new things all the time. For instance, our drive stack is Chris Palmer's drive stack. We learn it from Chris, so that's the method we use for our, if you will, our drive stacks. Same thing with this, we stopped doing, at one point I was doing reviews and the reviews stopped sticking. And that's what got me. I remember you told me you did like 5 reviews back to back. I was like,
yeah, we doing that now. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. People believe it. Do it. Yeah. Yeah. I've had people
with pictures. With pictures too.
Do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, it blows people's mind. They get their mind blown.
That's what I was like, whenever I was reached out to you and stuff. So
I would like to say something, because I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, but why would you leave so many reviews at once, right? First off, we testing the strength of the account, right? 2, that is realistic usage, right? Tell me here, none of y'all, right, who've ever signed up to be a local guide or not, right? You don't just leave reviews every time you're at the place. I know me, sometimes I'll just say, let me leave a review, and then I get on the spree of leaving a review of everywhere I've been. Anybody ever done that? Because that's natural use. That's a natural use.
That's what I do, because what I have,
I just finished bowling. Oh, let me leave a review for the bowling alley right now. Nah, it's the next morning.
You'll be on your Google app on your phone, and you'll go to leave a review at one place, and then I'll say, would you like to contribute more? And then it says, hey, you want to review here, here, here. And usually I'll do 3 or 4 different reviews at different places, at the same time, and not just doing it, one time, all, different actions and stuff. So, but that's one of the things I found very interesting, is because Google tells you what they want to know, and you're just basically saying, here's a method of doing it. So
yeah, Brock touches on that in the course. We won't get too into it. Brock, what else could you tease them? And what else could you go over that's in the course, like just topically, right? So you got what else? Q&A stuff, GMB.
We actually get Google to behave with us in a ways that we want to. So a lot of people don't realize that 80% of what's on maps right now is there because somebody suggested it. So they said, hey, there should be a road here, or there should be a business here. A lot of my GMB verification guys can probably attest to, there should be a business here or whatever, right? But there's ways that we can get Google to interact and validate some of the social signals that we are sending to the business, which are extremely exciting. We show you ways to get exit data actually through and actually sticks on the other side. So that's something I used to get into a lot with people that would swear up and down their exit data went through if they went through the API, right? And every single time I'm like, okay, have you tested it? No. Well, let's test it. Let's see, right? Yeah. And then we test it, and it's all stripped out.
Stripped out.
And they're like, oh. And so if you're getting your exit data through the API, let me know, because I would love to be proven wrong on this. But we actually show you how to get your exit data through. Not an absolute ton, but enough to get your primary keyword and your geographical targeted location through. For sure. And that's really
me and you have talked about that before, because so many people out there want to say you can do it through this program, and that program is like, not from what I've seen. And I knew you had said the same thing. I was like, I don't give a shit if you're using API.
I don't know if that maybe was the case at one time in the very beginning or something. Or I don't know. I think, I don't know. I don't want to say that, that they were the software was misleading people or anything like that. Because I don't know. But all I do know is I've never seen exit data stick, and we show you a way to do that. And then we also take it another 3 levels deep. So we hit on everything. Yeah.
let me go through, if you don't mind, because I'm actually logged in. I'm not going to show it, but basically, if you in the back end, what he literally bullets out for you is he's showing you ways to add or 10 times the weight of a review, pack a bigger punch, stretch your proximity, right?
Right.
He shows you how to manipulate data on everything from reviews, CTR, Q&A, search traffic, driving directions, everything
Driving
Google wants
directions.
to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know I'm a big fan of driving directions, brother. So that's not even a question. That was put in our location page plugin. So how to get the XF data to stick, which he's talked about, how to manipulate search strings that nobody is using, targeting things like roads, cities, towns, neighborhoods, parks.
So just to touch on that real quick, William,
yeah.
you know, why that's powerful and that URL particular is we use everything has a customer identification number, whether that's a road or whatever. So we're able, what a lot of people don't realize is Google doesn't run artificial intelligence all the time because it's extremely, extremely expensive. The only time Google turns AI on is when it sees something it's never seen before. So if it's a search query they've never seen before, or if there's a URL string that runs through that they've never seen before, that turns the artificial intelligence on, right? So what we do is we associate our targeted keyword that we're going for with a geographical location, and then we have our targeted business that we're working on there as well. It's all in one beautiful manipulated search string, and it actually gets your knowledge panel to pop as well. So what we're doing is we're turning the AI on, and then we're making the association for it. So it already knows, hey, we're building relevancy with that keyword in that geographical location. So that's why that's my theory on why it works.
I'm going to come back to one of those because I won't let me go through the rest of this, but you're talking about like associating. I remember how can you get, what was it? It was like a plumber being associated with some other keyword that has nothing to do with that industry.
Yeah.
And you were doing it through one of these methods and stuff that you use. That's why I was like, what?
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, granted, that can also be used nefariously to your competitors as well. But
yeah, we won't discuss that yet.
That's easy cake, right, Brock? That's easy cupcake.
Yes. Yes.
So he goes through obviously Google posting, but not just Google posting, actual postings that help you rank. Targeting Google's EAT algorithm, including Google Scholar Hack, blogging, Google Calendars, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter to push up your Google rankings or local rankings, and a new software that will allow you to perform driving directions. Great to use to top off your click-through rate manipulation. And he's going to go over, and he goes over the technical aspects. But if you go through all of it, I mean, it's very well laid out. And anybody knows anything about courses, it's very hard to do. I was talking to Brock, and he's like, "Oh my God, I've been up for like forever because of this." I'm like, "Talk to me about it, brother." But he has that. Then at the very end, I saw this. He has an SOP course member SOP workflow for yourself, and an SOP for week 1 plus results, etc. So he actually has it all laid out in there over the shoulder, just like we do in classes, just like we do on YouTube, etc., and shows you exactly step by step on how to do it. He's not just throwing it out there and saying, "Hey, go do it yourself."
And what I wanted to do with that case study inside of the course, we take a car insurance agency listing that's literally that doesn't rank for anything, and we get it to ranking. I think that's what you read off there at the end. So I want to put my money where my mouth is and not say, okay, because that's something I see a lot of people do a lot of times. They say, okay, these tactics work and it's great, but they don't ever show you results or anything. So
here's one. Janet, she bought your course over the weekend, Brock. She said, bought the course over the weekend through Michael, looking forward to going through the course the rest of the week. She built one location page yesterday using your methods and then using my methods, and she's already number 3 today. So, I mean, that's some pretty fucking amazing shit. So
awesome.
You know what's even more amazing?
Just getting warmed up too, baby.
Yeah. It's Wednesday,
she's actually
right?
doing it. She's actually putting it to practice. You don't know how many people I was just talking to someone today. I said, I have over 1,000 students, right? The hardest thing is to get the student to go, let me not just take this knowledge and read it, but let me actually put it to practice and do it. And we talk about this all the time. Me and Michael was like, test, 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 test. Stop talking and start doing. You know, if you want changes in your life and your business, whatever that may be, you got to actually do shit, you know, not just talk about it, not just come here and, you know, or go through his course or anybody's course and sit there and read it. A lot of people, for instance, I know Brock, I'm pretty sure you're into fitness, you know, and the thing is, I know all about fitness. Believe it or not, I'm a personal trainer, but was a personal trainer, bodybuilding, powerlifting, but I'm fat as shit right now because I got knowledge, right? But I haven't put it into action. And that's what a lot of people do. They have knowledge, hey, I shouldn't be eating this or I shouldn't be doing this, and they ain't still doing it. So I've been like lately trying to eat better and stuff like that to get back up on track and working out. That's why I don't know, I talked to you about earlier, Brock. We put a gym above our office. So now we got a powerlifting gym up there and everything. So it's pretty cool. But not just go through the course. And I say all that just like Michael and Brock say, not just to say go through the course, but actually go through it and implement. Maybe even do, and what I would tell you to do personally is do the first step, the video, and then actually test it, actually go through it. Not just sit there and watch every damn video and then sit there, let me try it now. You know, actually go through each step. And
hell no. As you watching the video, you do the shit.
Yeah.
And if you got to watch the video twice because you're doing it, then do it. Right. The last thing you want to do is watch a whole course and then go back and do it because you're not going to do it. I'm telling you right now, you're not. I don't give a fuck what you say. Plus, you just wasted all those days.
Yep.
Why? When you could already be getting phone calls. Making your client
you're gonna like this, Michael and Brock. Janet says, funny thing is the title of the page is city, street, brand name, no keyword.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I love it. Jeff says paint by numbers training is great. So step 1, step 2, step 3. And that's what because I'm working on a lot of stuff right now. I've been on vacation, but next week when I'm officially back, I'm going to be working on national SEO, affiliate SEO, and some other stuff. So evergreen type content. So greetings from St. Petersburg. Nice to see you, Tony. Let's see. Local booster. Yo, hope all guys as well. Quick question. My site ranks around position 15 for local SEO services across the UK. Is this just GMB or does this work for websites as well?
It's just going to be strictly GMB. You know, we have like a proximity hack for a location page, but that's really just stretch the proximity.
I mean, I would imagine if you use your location page hack with our location page plugins and stuff that we do,
I bet
you'll easily. I mean, with our location page plugin alone, we've had people jump up on page 1 within less than 7 days with doing nothing.
And what I have noticed with our proximity hack with the location page, if you're doing it correctly, it will bounce you up. Sometimes what you see a lot of times, I've seen it, I don't know if it's just me, but I'll see a location page I create, it comes out really strong. And then occasionally you'll get these ones that come out strong, let's say like number 4 or 3, and then it'll drop. It'll start dropping slowly. You know, you look back 2-3 months later, it might be number 8 or something, right?
Yeah.
So with this proximity hack that we do with the location page, when we do see that happen, we do this hack and they always will bounce right back up with that. So, but really
what's cool, you'd probably almost like is like if you're doing you're doing some things with reviews and the photos and everything else and the XF data, all that shit. Like our location page plugin pulls all those reviews for that location, embeds them onto our location pages.
Oh, that's cool.
We're using the Google API to pull in from a database. Once we've pulled from one city, we don't have to keep pulling from it to pull in the data. We're pulling what's the population, what's the mayor, what's the governor, what's the weather. All of that shit's being automatically pulled, things to do, places to go, driving directions, streets, and the reviews. And
I still don't got that thing working. Oh my God.
Everybody's enjoying it. It doesn't get better than that. Yeah.
I've had so many
Yo.
people. You've got it. I just literally got it. You tell me when you're going to be on the phone, and we'll get you on the phone, because I hear it every day. You know, every day I get people who are like, "Oh my God, this location page plugin." So wait till you drop it. And I've told people this is like when Brock came on, when I first started on my course, and he went over schema. That's when we were doing it all manually. This is what I told you before. We were doing it manually for hundreds of people, and I was like, "Oh my God, there's got to be a way to automate this shit." And so we took the schema plugin and started doing that. And just those 2 plugins, man, sometimes it's like we drop that in, and it's like, oh my God. You know, but once again, one of the things we tell them is like, you can't just be going and doing schema if you don't have all your, you know, if you will, I's dotted, T's crossed, and everything else, because then you might just put a spotlight on something that looks ugly as shit to Google.
Right.
So they might go, yeah, we're not going to award you. So let's see here if we got any more. So 3-month payment installments for the you're talking, Marcus. Yeah.
No, right now. Can't no 3 months. Can't do that. I'm answering for Brock. Sorry.
Let's see
here.
Here's
what, let me say this also real quick, Will. If you don't have the money, guys, right? Like, and you're here, you're a GMB pro, you follow Will, like everybody goes through shit in life, so I don't want to be a douchebag about it, right? But like, follow some of Will's training, and you'll have that money. It won't take long.
Yeah, this is part of what I was telling you. For example, I've done the scale your agency, and Brock's not in that part, but the scale your agency, where I tell people I came over to the Philippines broke, so I don't want to hear about it. I'm 3rd world country, right? 4 clients, went from 4 clients to 50-something clients in 3 months. And I teach people how to do it. This is where people don't fucking do it. And then I had one person, excuse my language, but I had one person, he's here in the Philippines. I taught him the exact same thing, freaking thing. Just optimize your Facebook profile, go into groups and give value and answer questions. Don't say come inbox, dear, and all, or I can help you or whatever. Actually help people and say, hey, step 1, step 2, step 3. People will come DM you and say, hey, can you help me? This guy did this. Out of the free audits he did like 15 free audits, signed up 3 new clients, made $3,000 in a week. Okay. In the Philippines, not in the United States, not in the West. I'm talking about in the Philippines. That's 150,000 pesos. Okay. That's a lot. You know, that's enough to imagine most people over here. That's what they make in, let's say, 6 months. Okay. Oh, wow. So, take action and do it. If you have to, go take out a freaking loan, do whatever you got to do to go get the damn thing. But I have found when you make things a priority, you'll find a way. It's a matter of what's your priority. There are a lot of people, if you will, you'll go by their house and you'll be like, that person can't afford something yet. You guarantee they got about a 50-something inch widescreen TV on their damn wall. Because they got different priorities. In this case, it's football season. Or something like that. So I'm just saying. But on top of it, let's see here if we got any more, because y'all are coming in from Facebook. I see him. I'm based in Europe, but the GMBs are registered in the U.S. You said that you'll need to do a bit differently. Will the course still work for me?
Yes.
Or do I need phones with U.S. SIM cards? Yes, it still works. Yep. I see.
Yeah. Okay. It's Google. From what we've seen, Google's really pulling the data from the default device, not from the IP address.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And even more so if you're using something like a 4G proxy or something, then they're not even taking that really into consideration, because the way the mobile signals work is Google knows that it can't really isolate your location from a 4G proxy because it bounces off so many towers. So they don't,
That's why I got my own network.
Yeah.
4G proxy.
Yeah.
Danny says you must be doing the steps as you're watching the video. You must be watching the steps as you're doing the video. And that's one of the reasons why I changed as well. Like he uses Podia, I use it's called Members Pro, because that way you can go through the course and mark it off as complete and actually do it versus you just going in there and watching shit and you don't know where you're at, you don't know what you've done, you don't know what you're practicing, you just
Right.
spinning
I
your
wish I would have
wheels.
done a little bit more research on what platform I used with the course, but I like the reason I chose Podium was just easy to use. It was easy to use. It was easy for the users to use. It was easy to create. So
I used to do LearnDash and with WordPress, and then I switched finally over this past week to Members Pro, because one of the things I had an issue with, for example, I'd send out an email blast and a lot of it would go to junk mail. So now when I'm doing it through Members Pro, I can actually, when someone completes a lesson, it will actually send out an email to them, says basically, congratulations on completing this. Make sure to go blah, 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 whatever I want to send them. Then also if like tomorrow morning we're having class, or tonight we're having class, let's send out an email blast. It all goes to their inbox, not to spam. So,
nice.
and
Clean
that should,
IP.
yeah, exactly. And that's what it's using. So it's great. Having your proxy network is a must, in my opinion, is Radu. Good point, Mike. And then, yep. So we're good here. So, I mean, the link, I've dropped the link. If you want me to, I'll drop it again. There it is inside of, if you will, inside of the chat, and it's also inside of this video. And then, like I said, just go get it. You're going to want it. If you don't, you're going to be kicking yourself in the ass, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and we've been
don't be mad when me and Brock and Michael's over here posting Green Goblin hashtags and your ass is crying, is all I'm going to say.
And
asking questions.
We're considering probably closing. We might close the doors maybe next week, just to keep everything kind of kosher, and I can get caught up and follow up with people. So I just want to put that out there because I don't want someone to wait and then get upset if we do go ahead and close the course and close the doors. So that's probably a very good possibility.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a wise thing to do, because I did that before when I actually did a rank and rent program, and I was going to keep it at 10. And then I said, oh, we'll do it to 20. That way these other people that wanted to get in could get in. And then that really just was like, oh my God, it's more than I could deal with.
Right. Yeah.
So
I want to
that's something.
people. Yes. I mean, the quality that, I want to give to people is what I'm mainly concerned about. Right. And I don't want to get bombarded. I don't want, I don't want all these tactics out for the whole world to see, right, either. So I think it kind of makes sense to close it at some point. And, I think next week would probably be a really good solid time to go ahead and shut the doors. And, maybe in the future we can open it up or talk about it or think about it. But yeah, we're probably going to go ahead and very likelihood close the doors next week.
Awesome, guys. I see a lot of you said I'm in. Facebook user, get that cheddar. Facebook user, I'm in. Awesome, guys. We appreciate it. Tonight, if you're inside GMB Pros, we will be having CTR Geeks back. I don't know if I know Mike's going to be there. Holly should be there. I will be there. And then Thursday will be Chris Palmer. And then Friday, we're going to be having Brock in there as well. So I got like Power Pack week. And I'm leaving again on Friday to go to Manila. So then I'll be back hopefully next week once you get this thing taken care of. So, all right, guys, I appreciate it. I see the questions have stopped. I'm going to be here for maybe another few minutes, get the questions in, and then we will close this out. And just want to get any questions in that y'all may have. All right, let's see here. Wrap it up, Mike. You can wrap it up appropriate, like Mike.
That's what somebody said. Wrap it up, Mike.
Wrap it up.
Listen, guys, do what you got to do. Take action. If you got questions, keep on asking questions. You know what I mean? Or ask it, in the chat if it's something specific. But like I always say, man, just get at it. You know me, I ain't recommending no bullshit. So
yeah,
that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's how I'm gonna wrap it up.
All right, man. I appreciate it, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. I will see you, Mike, later today, and see you again, Brock, later this week. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you, guys.
We'll see you
All
guys.
right, later, y'all.
Later.
I have so many SEOs that hate me and say that I'm still in their methods. They bitching and cry, labeling me SEO Black Hat. I was a nobody, now I'm at the top. Most wanted, most loved, bad business owners, and hated by most SEO opponents. You think you're an SEO god, but you're an SEO fraud. Guess I'm the SEO devil, shouting fuck the SEO guys. White hat SEO doesn't make sense, going with the goody goodies. Up in heaven dressed in white, I like black Timbs, I like black